Hi, everybody. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Ozarks Live. Cami Jenkins is in with us today because Tom is out on the town. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Joy.
Good.
Yeah, we
Good.
got holiday coming up this weekend, so we've got a house full of people coming, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Do you have plans for this weekend?
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do. Just kind of hang out at home. Yeah. I've got something on my mind, though, I want to talk about real quick because we got a busy show today. I don't usually talk about my personal life very much on television, but I'm in tax trouble. I'm in a little tax trouble.
Well, I'll call my lawyer for you.
Well, you may need to because I need some pointers, and I'm asking you guys to help me too. I get this bill. It's not from the feds. It's from the Missouri Department of Revenue for a penny, and I gotta figure out what to do here.
Oh,
people.
Joy, you have to pay it. You could go to jail over that.
Here's the thing. I don't want to pay a penalty on a penny. And I don't know how to pay the penny, and I've been on hold listening to some I apologize, Missouri, but if you can use my penny to buy better hold music, it would be seriously great because it's really bad music. But I've been punching the buttons and on hold trying to get someone to tell me how is the best way to pay a penny, because if I mail a check, then I've got to pay postage. I don't even know what postage is anymore. It's like 50 cents or something.
I think, yeah.
I got to dig out an envelope and write things, and it's like, no,
that's a lot of work. Yeah.
I know. And so, but if you go online, I think they charge you like 50 cents. So then,
so now
I got to pay that.
Cents.
Yeah, and if you use a credit card, I'll get 1/100th of an air mile for that, maybe.
Oh, well, that's totally worth it.
But then you pay that fee for using. So if anybody out there has any ideas on how best to pay the penny.
And how much was their postage to send you that bill?
I don't know, but I suggested that maybe I send them back a nickel. Because that way, if their math was wrong and I owe them any more, there'll be 4 extra cents to pad it with. But then
that's like, what, 500% more than what you owe?
They might send me more letters. So you paid us 4 more cents than you should have. So I don't know. If anybody has any ideas on how to do that, I guess I could tape a penny to them. But what if they take that as we don't think that's funny, we're going to audit you now or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And what if the penny weighs more than what your postage would, and then it gets sent back to you?
Okay, my head hurt already on it. Now you've got me super worried. I can't take it. Anyway.
All I know is you need to pay that bill.
I do.
That is outstanding.
What's a penny? What's a penalty on a penny?
I don't know.
A penalty is a penalty. I mean, I think it doesn't matter. Anyway, so
that's very interesting.
I'm in a conundrum. Don't know what to do here. Need your help. All right, we have a great show for you guys today. Tom is over at Vantage Rooftop Lounge and Conservatory at Hotel Vandevort, one of my favorite, most beautiful places in this town. So we're going to be checking with him a little bit later in the show.
That's right. Plus today is Joy's Book Club, so we'll have some book suggestions for you as well today.
Yep, and Cami never comes to Ozarks Live empty-handed, so
rarely.
We're going to head into the kitchen toward the end of the show for a really fun recipe.
That's right. But before we get to all of that, here's what's on the radar.
All right, here is something helpful for you, especially if you like to imbibe. I would like to offer a toast to something called Toast, okay? It is an anti-hangover gummy bear. Look at that cute little fella. All right, this is a vitamin formula that offers a mix of prickly pear extract, milk thistle extract, something that starts with an N that I can't pronounce, matcha green tea, niacin, and zinc. I guess those are all good for you. People who've tried Toast say the blackberry taste is actually quite delightful. Now, these are based on clinical research by a Dr. Joris Verster, who, according to the website, is a leading researcher on hangovers and the founder of something called Alcohol Hangover Research Group.
He must be very popular.
I would imagine. He's got all sorts of friends. They're going to figure this one out once and for all. All right, the doc says a hangover is almost like having the flu. You hurt all over. You feel terrible. Inflammation sets in as your body kicks into its immune response to try to get you over it because, basically you poisoned yourself. So these gummies will apparently make it all better. You're supposed to take a pack of those.
So do they rehydrate you, and do they suck poison out, counteract? I'm really curious as the science behind that.
I don't know exactly what they do, but they make it all happen quicker. So they get you over that part of trying to knock those poisons out of there and get you back on the road to recovery. Those little bears are just miracle workers, I guess.
Apparently. I bet he has a lot of people sign up for his test groups.
Yeah, and 4th of July, they're probably doing a bang-up business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one that's pandemic has resulted in some drive-through COVID tests, but could drive-through clinics become a more regular occurrence? Maybe. According to Fast Company, an architecture firm has come up with the in-car care unit where doctors can literally treat patients in their cars. It's designed to be deployed in a hospital parking garage and would take up about 60 feet of space, and it can be quickly installed, sort of like an IKEA furniture, you know?
Yeah.
This is a way that a patient doesn't have to enter a hospital or clinic unless they absolutely have to. And you know, a lot of people are worried about entering a place where there's so much sickness.
Well, I saw something in Fast Company about this also, and it's somewhere between telemedicine and actually going into the clinic, because telemedicine is great, but you know, you can miss things at a distance like that. But then you've got, you know, the in-clinic where you say you have to go in, expose yourself to other people and expose them to whatever you're bringing. So this might actually be one of those things that I think that would be fantastic. And they made the point in an article that I read about how the little ones maybe just be in their car seat. And, you know, you roll the window down, you talk, the doctor gets to take a look, and maybe the infant is, or the child is calmer, and they don't have to drag them in and expose.
Yeah, I can see how that would be really a good thing, and it would probably work very well.
It would be amazing. All right. I saw this the other day. I want to tell you about it. It's something, I can finally get the houseboat I've always wanted, kind of, sort of, but it's about as close to my dream of getting that as I'll ever get. Check this out. It is called the Shoal Tent. It's made by outdoor apparel retailer Smith Fly. As you can see, it's an inflatable floating tent for campers who want to wake up on the water rather than in the water.
That is incredible.
How about that? A floating tent, 8 foot by 8 foot inflatable raft with an inflatable tent, air pump included, with room for people up to 6 feet 3 inches tall to both stand and lie down. That's amazing. The drop stitch floor is about 6 inches thick, and it'll support up to 1,200 pounds by itself. And it is supported by redundant air chambers in the underlying raft to prevent accidental sinking.
That's what I would be worried about.
I would too. Okay, so they've thought of that. That is the coolest thing. If you are wicked ready to get one of these Smith Fly Shoal tents, they will run you about $1,500. You might have to wait about 6 weeks or so for delivery. And a word of advice, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to go to the bathroom, you might want to remember where you are before you step out of the tent.
Amen to that.
What do you think about that thing?
I think it looks like a lot of fun, unless there's a lot of wind. You know, I'm thinking lake. Obviously, you probably can do this on the ocean.
Who knows where?
Right.
Yeah,
and so, do you anchor? Is there an anchor on this?
I don't know why you couldn't.
Is it just on the side? Are you sure that a big limb can't like poke a hole?
You're never sure.
You're never sure.